Hello, hello. My name is Craig. Welcome to tonight's Qigong practice, or really whenever you are catching it. I know this will be replayed, but today, this precise moment, it is March 30th, 2021, 5:58 p.m. And this is a Qigong class. Welcome. For those who are new to Qigong, I wonder what's going to happen with this practice. Qigong is a mindfulness, wellness, energy practice that originates from China. It's been practiced for thousands of years. In this class, I'll be doing a standing Qigong practice, which consists of gentle movement coordinated with the breath. There'll be some tapping, some stretching, just a way to find yourself connecting more with yourself and the present moment. And you can take breaks, you can explore this practice, do what's right for you. It's an opportunity to listen and connect with the present moment. And I'll begin the practice in about 2 minutes. Oh, thanks. Do I sound better now? Hopefully the volume is better. Thanks for the comment. Always want to make sure I am clear and heard well. But yes, the class will begin in a couple minutes. So thank you for anyone who's catching this class. And again, for the breakdown of tonight's class, first 10 minutes is mainly grounding. It's what is known as aligning the three treasures. This is where we get prepared for the Qigong class. Then we go into our 5 introductory movements. And then the second half of class, tapping, stretching, and some flowing movements. And I think at the end of class, there will be a short standing meditation. So that's the class for tonight. I'll start the class in just a moment. Please let me know if you have any questions. That'd be great. All right. I'll just give another 30 seconds. See, it's 6 p.m. right on the dot. And again, thank you for checking out this class. As always, this is a class for you. Wear something that you feel comfortable in. We'll be doing gentle movements coordinated with the breath. We'll mainly be doing movements with our arms. Some movements might involve the feet, but I always want to make sure this is accessible for people who are seated down or even laying down. All right, let's begin this class. Thanks for taking this opportunity to check this practice out. If you're catching this live, if you have any questions, please let me know. All right. So let me get my whole self into the camera view. And what I want you to do, or what I'd like to invite you to do, is just to notice your environment. And notice what you see, what you sense, what you're experiencing in this moment. And check in with what you're feeling in this moment. Qigong is an opportunity to be with ourselves, to take a break from the stress, the hustle, from doing. Is an opportunity to engage in being, to take an opportunity to allow ourselves to relax and shift. So let's begin. Let's begin moving into aligning the 3 treasures. And the 3 treasures are body, breath, and mind. So let's start off with the body. And if you're standing, you can follow along. If you're seated, modify this 3 treasure presentation for yourself. Should be able to connect. So let's start. I'll be standing, but if you are seated or laying down, just noticing how you're connecting to the ground right Noticing what you sense. In my case, my feet are connecting to the floor. How does that feel in this moment? Noticing how the weight is distributed in your body. And let's move into aligning the rest of the body. So with the feet, bring awareness there. Let's bring awareness into our knees. Knees are soft. Let's bring awareness into our pelvis. Pubic bone is tilted up, so the tailbone is tucked underneath the spine. Let's bring awareness into our chest. Chest is open. Bring awareness into our arms and our hands. Arms are just relaxed, hanging down by the side. Fingers can be spread apart. Soft and open. And let's take an opportunity to release tension in the neck and the shoulders and the wrists. So let's start with the shoulders. If you'd like, you can do some shoulder shrugs. And as you're releasing the shrugs, you can just allow your shoulders to drop. And you can let out a sigh. I'll do 3. So we can inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, release the shoulders. Do that 2 more times. Inhale. 1 more time. All right. Let's bring awareness to the neck. We'll engage in a couple of exercises in the neck. Again, always listen to yourself, take care of yourself, being gentle with yourself. If you like, you can allow chin to drop down. Just do a couple of neck rotations. Do 2 rotations in one direction. And then reverse direction, going in the other direction. And bring the head back over the spine. Noticing how that feels. And let's take an opportunity to release tension in our wrists. So we'll just do some wrist circles. You can bring your arms up and just circle the wrists in one direction. Let's say 5 rotations. And the other direction. All right. And just noticing what you sense. And let's complete the alignment of the body. Let's bring our awareness to the head. Let's imagine that there's a string coming from the sky or the ceiling, connects to the top of the head. It pulls us upright, yet we're just hanging from the string, just loose and soft. This allows the spine to just be upright and straight, yet you're just relaxed and soft. Let's bring our awareness to the brow and the jaw, seeing if we're carrying any tension in those areas. And just noticing. See if you can soften and release that tension. You can unhinge the jaw, loosen the jaw. Let's bring awareness to the eyes. Eyes can be at a half gaze. Let's bring awareness to the mouth. Mouth can be in the form of a smile. Let's bring awareness to the tongue. Tongue can be connected to the roof of the mouth. And now that we've aligned the body, let's move into aligning the breath. In this Qigong practice, we do what is known as Dantian breathing, also known as belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. Since this is always your practice, do it breathing feels good to you. But I'm always going to demonstrate a breathing method that you can use. You can try to see if it works for yourself. So with Dantian breathing, as you take an inhale, the lungs fill with air, and and the abdomen expands. As you exhale, the abdomen softens, the lungs empty. So when you take a deep breath, feel the lungs fill, the navel moves away from the spine. On the exhale, abdomen softens. You can do this type of breathing throughout the entire practice. I just offer and invite you to bring awareness to your breathing anytime throughout the practice. Helps connect us to the present moment, if that serves you. Lastly, let's bring our attention to our mind. So the mind is a powerful component to Qigong. Wherever we pay attention, that's where the energy grows. That's where the energy flows. Here is an exercise for you. Let's bring up the left hand in representation of the past. Let's bring up the right hand, representing the future. Just notice it. We're going to bring both hands close together, but not touching. Just noticing the space in between. That will be the present. Let's set an intention to come back to the present moment throughout the practice. That's where we have our greatest healing ability and power. Now let's begin this class. We're going to allow the hands to flow down. We're going to start off with full body breathing. So we're going to inhale and draw the hands up toward the sky. We're going to exhale. Allow the hands to flow down by the sides. And we're going to restart the movement. Inhale, hands up in front of the body. Exhale, hands out to the side. Going at your own pace and speed. If it feels good, when you're lowering the hands and exhaling, see how it feels to extend the exhale. This is all an invitation. Modify the movements to your liking, to your body type. Let's do one more repetition in this direction. Now we're going to reverse the direction. So now, as the hands are falling down by the sides, we're now going to inhale them up by the sides, like so. Inhale, hands up by the sides. And now we're going to exhale, hands down in front of the body. Noticing how that feels. Noticing what you're thinking, noticing where your awareness is now. Coming back to the movements, to your breath, to what you're experiencing in your environment. An environment can be internal or external. Let's do 2 more repetitions. As I'm finishing up this last repetition, just check in. What feels good? What are you noticing? And now we're going to transition to the next gesture. But before we do, we're just going to allow our hands to hang. We're going to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes. Just noticing. Bringing our mind, our awareness to the present moment. And noticing how you're connected to the earth right now. And let's transition to the next gesture. We're going to bring our hands to the dantian, or lower abdomen. Palms will be turned up towards the sky, fingers pointing towards each other with a little space in between. A position that feels comfortable for you. Let's begin this practice. We're going to inhale, draw the hands up to our height, turn the palms over, exhale, allow the hands to flow down. Restarting the movement. Turn palms up, draw the hands to the heart. Turn palms over, exhale, allow the hands to flow back down. As always, going at your own pace. Noticing your senses, noticing if you feel anything in your hands. Noticing where your attention is right now. This is your practice, an opportunity to explore Qigong, connecting with the body and the breath and your energy. Inhale, hands up. Let palms over, exhale, hands flow down. Let's do 2 more repetitions before we transition to the heart opening movement. As you're finishing the final repetition, we're going to transition to the next movement. And we're going to find ourselves inhaling the hands back up in front of the body to the chest. And we're going to bring our hands so the fingers are pointing upwards, palms are facing each other. You're imagining that you're holding a ball between these hands. And what comes to your mind when you hear holding a ball between your hands? What do you sense? What do you feel? Just be with that for a moment. Then we'll transition to the next exercise. So let's extend our hands out from the body, slight bend the elbows, and let's begin this movement. So we're going to inhale, draw hands out apart. You can gaze up as you open the chest. Exhale, look forward, bring the hands back close together without touching. Now we're going to start the movement. Inhale, open up. Look up, feel the stretch. Exhale, look forward. Bring the hands back close together. Let's do this for a few more times, going at your own pace. Let's do 2 more repetitions. Noticing what you feel, noticing where your awareness is right now. I'll be doing one more repetition on my end. Briefly hold the hands out in that initial starting position, palms facing each other. You're still holding on to that ball, just extend it out in front of you. Noticing how that feels. And let's take an opportunity to play with that ball. Imagine how it would feel to rotate the ball in your hands. And then begin to move the ball however would feel good for you, however you want to play, however you want to explore. Just imagine that that ball is between your palms. And just exploring, playing. Noticing if you sense anything, no worries if you do not. Let's do this for a few more seconds and then we'll return to that starting position with the hands extended out in front of the chest, slight bend the elbows, palms facing each other. We're now going to turn the palms so they're facing towards the chest, fingers are pointing towards each other. We're now going to inhale, draw the hands in towards the chest. We're going to exhale, draw the hands down over the body, the torso. And we're now going to swivel the palms around. And we're going to inhale, the arms up to shoulder height. Turn the palms over, exhale, allow the hands to flow down. Noticing how that feels. You let the hands flow past the body, then we start to move it. Turn the palms up, inhale. Turn the palms over, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And there are several variations to this particular movement. You're invited to try them. These are optional. Do what feels good for you. So the first variation is going to be shifting the weight on the bottom of the feet. So as you inhale the hands up, you want to shift the weight to the front of the foot. As you turn the palms over and exhale, you're shifting the weight to the back of the foot. So inhale, drop the hands, shift the weight to the front of the foot, the ball of each foot. Exhale, shift the weight to the heels of each foot. It's like giving yourself a foot massage. As you're doing the shifting, you're remaining upright. If you want to make this more of a balanced practice, as you're inhaling hands up and shifting the weight forward, you can rise up, lift the heels off the floor. Turn the palms over, allow the hands to flow down and shift the weight into the heels and lift the toes. As always, this is optional. Do what feels good. Do what serves you. We'll do 2 more repetitions. Qigong is a healing practice, not about strain or pain. We're going to shift into the next variation, which will be bringing feet together and stepping them apart. So on the inhale, as you're drawing the hands up, you're going to bring the left foot to the right foot. On the exhale, left foot steps away from right. And we're now going to do the alternate. Inhale, right steps towards left. Foot palms over, right steps away from left. We'll just keep switching between the two. Noticing how you feel. Hey, thank you. Always appreciative of the feedback. And you can incorporate variations into this variation. Maybe you want to add some sinking. So on the exhale, as your hands are floating down, you can add a slight sink. On the inhale, you can rise. On my end, my sinking will be very slight. If it's available to you, maybe you want to make this a balance practice. So when you bring the feet together, most of the weight could be in one foot. Or if it's even available for you, you can lift up one foot at a time. Noticing what serves you. We'll do a few more repetitions. Let's say 4 more repetitions, 2 more for each side. Let's do 2 more passes, 1 more pass for each side. And then if you'd like, you can do 2 more repetitions with both feet planted on the ground. So just inhale, hands back to shoulder height, feet planted, exhale, hands flow back down. 1 last repetition, inhale. And exhale. All right. And noticing how that feels. I'm going to transition into shaking in just a moment. Shaking is also known as cooking chi, shake the tree, a way of just moving the body in a way that feels good for you. So shaking can take on many forms. It can be soft and light. It can be intense, whatever you feel called to do. I am going to start just lightly shaking on my end, starting with the hands and letting it move into the rest of the body. Shaking is one of the foundational practices of Qigong. It's a way of relieving stress. And you can shake it any way that feels good for you. You can move from side to side. Or you can just shift the hips, more of a wag, a dog wagging his tail. Or you can pump the heels. Or you can even jump up and down if that's available to you. One thing we like to do in this shaking portion of the class is to do some blithering breaths along with the shaking. And for those who are new to blithering breaths and wondering what they are, blithering breaths is just a way of releasing stress audibly, vocally with the breath. You take an inhale and an exhale, just let out whatever feels good for you. Could come out as a sigh, a yawn, any type of noise or breath that feels good. We'll do 3. Blithering breaths tend to go well with shaking. So when I say inhale, taking a deep breath. On the exhale, let out what feels good to you. They're going to come out as sighs on my end. So let's go. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. All right. Let's finish off the shaking practice. There's a closing sequence. Moving the hands up, out to the sides. Bring the hands overhead. Bring the hands out in front of the body. Let's bring the hands behind the body. Bring the hands back to the sides, fingers pointing down. If it's available to you, you can add a slight bend in the hips and the knees. Get close to the ground. And then for the last 30 seconds, just shake however you like, but we'll begin to close the shaking. So you can slow down if you'd like to, or just doing what feels good for you. Close this shaking practice in 10 seconds. So you can come to stillness and completely stop shaking. But if stillness doesn't feel good to you, you can move into swaying. So that can be moving from side to side. Or rocking forward and backwards. Whatever feels good to you. We like to take the time after shaking to check in with ourselves. If you're able to, if it's available to you, check in with your internal environment. Do you notice any tinglings and sensations, energy? Are you able to be with that right now? If not, check in with your external environment. Notice what you see around you, notice what you hear, noticing what you smell. Just coming back and anchoring into the present moment. Noticing what's supporting you. What is connecting you to the earth right now? You can close your eyes if you feel safe enough to do so. What allows you to be here? You can even bring hands to your body. Just noticing how that feels for you. When you're all set, slide your hands, just flow down. Just noticing how you feel. We're going to move into the second half class. And the second half class is going to consist of a small amount of tapping, let's say 3 minutes. Some stretching, a couple stretching exercises, and the rest will be flowing movements. And I'll throw in a standing meditation for a few minutes before the end of class. I typically go with the standing meditation, embrace the tree. So that will be the second half class. That will comprise of 28 minutes from what it's looking like. All right. So I just want you to just again connect, noticing your feet connect to the ground, head over spine, arms hang down. And for tapping, tapping is just also known as low hand patting. We'll just be patting the body. That brings up stuff. Or if you don't enjoy tapping, alternatives are massaging or just tracing over the areas we're going over. As always, I want to make sure this practice supports you, that you're taking care of yourself. So tapping is just going to involve tapping the chest, tapping the arms, tapping the legs, the lower back. That will be it for our tapping sequence for this class. So let's start with just tapping the chest. Tap from in, out, up, down, circling around, going at an intensity that feels good for you. Tap with soft fists, fingers. I'll step closer. It's whatever feels good for you. Now we're going to tap down the arms. We'll start with the right arm. I'll extend that right arm out while using the left hand to tap down the right chest. And we'll start with the shoulder. Just tap down the arm. Tapping down the inner arm. Turn the palm over, tapping up the outer arm. I'm going to do this 2 more times. For a total of 3 times. And let's tap down the left arm. So left arm is extended, palms up. And with the right hand tapping the chest, we'll start from the shoulder down, the inner arm. Turn the palm over, tap up the outer arm. Let's do it for 2 more times, again for a total of 3. All right, noticing how that feels. We're going to transition to tapping the lower back, the kidneys, and then we'll tap the legs. There we go. So if you like to make soft fists, or you use your palms or fingers, just be tapping the lower back, the kidneys. Be gentle, just noticing what feels good for you. And what we're going to do is tap down the back of the legs. Tap the front of the feet, then tap up the inner legs. And we're going to do that 2 more times. And this will be my final time for the legs. All right. That's the short tapping sequence for this class. We're going to move into some light stretches. Let's come back to the wrists. If you like, you can clasp the hands together and just circle the wrists one direction. Thank you, Mr. Darren. And circle the wrists in the other direction. And just finishing that up, slide the hands to slow down. And we're going to transition to spinal cord breathing. So we're just going to allow our hands to float. Open the chest, open the palms, trot on the elbows. And on the exhale, bring the forearms together, round the back, Tuck the chin in. Inhale, open up the arms. Open up the chest. Arch the upper back. Exhale. Round the back. Bring the forearms together. Curl in. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. If you like, you can do spinal cord twisting, spinal cord breathing with a twist. We can engage in that right now. So next time you open up to the left side. Slight twist to the right side as you open up. Then bring the forearms and the elbows to the center as you round. Inhale, open up to the right. Let's do this 2 more times, 1 more pass for each side. When you finish, you can just allow your hands to just reach up. And exhale them out, apart, allowing them to flow down. And see how you feel. We'll engage in a stretch to stretch the side. One of the ways I like to do that is incorporating, separating heaven and earth, which is an 8 bouquets movement, but adding a stretch to it. So we're going to bring our hands, allow them to float up to about heart height, palms facing each other. And we're going to allow the left hand to drop down. Right hand floats up. And as the right hand floats up, point the fingers toward the left side. And to engage in a deeper stretch, you can add a side bend towards the left. Feeling the stretch in the side. Stretching in a way that feels good for you. Now we're going to return to upright position. Bring the hands back to center. This time we're going to allow the right hand to drop. Left hand floats up. And you can point the left hand fingers towards the right side and bend towards the right. Feeling the stretch on the left side. Again, stretching in a way that feels good. Not to involve pain. And returning upright, bring the hands back to center. We'll do 2 more passes at our own pace. And to finish this gesture, just allow both hands, palms face out, slow to flow down. We're now going to transition to knocking on the door of light, also known as knocking on the temple gong. So we're just going to turn at the waist, at the hips, allow the hands to flow and follow the core. So the movement is coming from turning on the axis. And if it's available to you, you can allow the hands to tap the body. Front hand taps the lower abdomen, back hand taps the lower back. Your head can swivel right to left, or it can remain center. Whatever feels good for you. It's another way to warm up the spine. You can also tap other places, other parts of the body. Tap the chest, engage the lungs. So if my hand taps the chest, you can even tap over the shoulders, or like a slap over the shoulders. And we can reverse this sequence. If you've been following along, hands tap the chest. Hands tap the abdomen, the lower back. And hands float off the body, just turning. And we can return to center. And noticing how you feel. And we can check back in with ourselves, noticing your connection to the ground, noticing your hands, your fingers, noticing the head, noticing what you're thinking of, noticing your awareness. We're going to move into the flowing movement portion of the class. Start off with Tai Chi Opening. Try to incorporate movements where we move both hands and then we'll move each hand independently. So, Tai Chi Opening. This involves inhaling the hands and drawing them up to about shoulder heart height. Exhale on the hands to flow down. I'll turn them by the side, so let's inhale. Exhale. Noticing how that feels. We'll do 2 more repetitions this way. Then we'll do 1 arm at a time. So for your next repetition, just move your left hand while your right hand remains still. Then we'll transition. So we'll keep alternating. And as you're doing this, you can actually shift your weight from side to side. Maybe you want to shift your weight into the hand that's flowing up. Maybe you want to do the opposite. Whatever feels good for you. Noticing your awareness, noticing your breath, noticing how this movement feels in this moment. We're going to do 2 more passes. And we'll end with the left hand flowing down. Noticing how that feels. All right. We'll do Pebble over the palm. We'll do both hands, and then we'll do 1 hand independently. So we'll bring our hands up, solar plexus height. Palms are facing up. And we're going to flip our palms over. Slight bend. Press the palms out, circle them around. Bring the hands back, palms facing up. Just imagining that and create ripples over a pond. You're remaining upright, but you have a slight lean as you move the hands forward. And then turn it upright as the hands come back in towards the body. So exhale, hands flow out, inhale, draw hands in. Noticing what it's like to create those ripples over the pond. We're going to do 3 more repetitions. Going at your own pace. And 1 more repetition. We're going to allow the hands drop to about the waist, from the down to the palms still facing up. We're going to do 1 hand at a time. This is still a variation of pebble in the palm, but again, just with 1 hand. So we're going to bring the left hand over to the right hand. And we're just going to circle around, bring the left hand back to the left side. Turn the palm up. And now we're going to do the opposite. Right hand comes to the left. Hand traces over the palm. Bring the palm up. So you're still creating ripples, just 1 hand at a time. And the breathing pattern, if you're looking for it, is still the same. Inhale, exhale, hands out. Let's do 2 more repetitions, noticing what you're sensing right now, noticing what you're feeling. We'll end with the right hand returning back to the right side. Allow your hands to slow down. Noticing how that feels. Got about 10 minutes of class left. So we'll do a couple flowing movements and then we'll end with a standing meditation. So let's transition to the fountain. That's another fantastic exercise to do with both hands and then independently. So we're going to start with the back of the hands facing towards each other. We're going to draw the hands up the center. As they make it to about chest, shoulder height, and separate. Arms flow out, circle around. And we start the movement, back of the hands draw up, bringing water up the center channel. Exhale, water goes out, hands flow out. Noticing how this feels. If you want to incorporate your hips into this, as you draw your hands up, hips draw forward. As you float the hands out, hips draw back. There's a wave motion with the spine that is available to you. So let's do this 2 more times with both hands. Inhale, hands draw up the center. Exhale, hands float out. 1 more time. Inhale. Now we're just going to go 1 arm at a time. So we'll start with the left hand. So right hand remains still. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand out. And we'll transition. Just move into the right hand. Inhale. Exhale. And you can be making a figure 8. Inhale, hand up. Exhale, hand out. Noticing how this feels. Noticing what you're focusing on, where your awareness is. And let's do 2 more passes. We'll finish with the right hand. This will be the final repetition. And just slow down, hang down by the side. All right. Got about 5.5 minutes left. Let's do one more flying exercise. And then we'll transition to a standing meditation, and then we'll close the practice. Thanks again for participating, watching this. I always appreciate getting a chance to share this practice that originates from China and so much healing and bring awareness to the present moment. All right. We'll transition to just the practice of open to the universe. That will help us prepare for the standing meditation. So we're just going to connect our feet to the ground. We're going to allow our wrists to float up from the body to about shoulder height. We're going to turn the fingers toward each other. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn at the waist while remaining in this position. So if you want a breathing pattern, you can inhale. Now the exhale, just turn at the waist, turn to the left. And inhale. Exhale, turn to the center. So inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale. Exhale, return to the center. Let's do this for a few more times. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the center. And one more time, inhale. Exhale, out to the right. Inhale. Exhale, return to center. We're now just going to turn the palms down, allow the hands to just float down. And now we're going to engage into a standing meditation. And we'll do that standing meditation for 2 minutes. We'll involve similar positioning to open to the universe. So I'll step back. And we're just going to do the standing meditation just to connect with ourselves, connect to this moment, connect with the idea of movement and stillness, stillness and movement. So we are going to, with our hands, just hang down by our side, allow those hands to just float back up to chest height, turn the fingers towards each other. Imagine that you're embracing a tree, arms are round, embracing, hugging the tree. You can drop the elbows. And we're just going to hold this position for 2 minutes. Just taking this opportunity to just be. You can check in with your internal or external environment, whatever you're comfortable with. Noticing how the feet are planted into the ground. What do you sense? Checking in with your head, noticing how the head is connected with the sky in this moment. Making you notice any tension or tightness anywhere you're seeing, if you can soften, relax. If there's too much in your shoulders, you can always drop your hands and bring them back up, or just lower them down a little bit, whatever feels good for you. Have another minute to go. Noticing where your attention is. Got about 30 seconds to go. Almost there. And when you're all set, you can turn your palms facing down, allowing your hands to flow down. And we're going to close this practice. Before we do that, you just do some shoulder rolls forward and backwards. And let's move into closing this practice with clearings, also known as drawing down to heaven. So with our arms, hands hanging down by our sides, we're going to turn the palms facing up. Inhale the hands up towards the sky. We're going to bring our left foot to the right foot. With our hands overhead, we're going to turn our palms facing ourselves. We're going to exhale the hands down from the body. Noticing how that feels. We're going to do 2 more clearings without moving the feet. So inhale, palms travel up towards the sky. Turn the palms facing you. Exhale, showering yourself with whatever you need from this class for the rest of your day. I'll do 1 more repetition on my end for a total of 3. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Turn them toward ourselves, taking in whatever we need. And to close this practice, I will not be marrying in this moment. So when I'm saying bring up your right hand, I'll be bringing up my own right hand. When I'm saying bring up your left hand, I'll bring up my own left, so bring up your own left hand. So I'll start off with the right hand. I'm going to bring up my own right hand as you bring up yours. And the right hand can be in the form of a soft fist. This will represent yang energy, energy of the sun. I'll bring up my left as you bring up your left. Palm be open, facing the sky. This left hand will represent yin energy, energy of the moon, the night. And we'll bring these 2 hands together, this yin and yang energy together at the center. So left hand covers over the right hand. And take this opportunity to bow to yourself for engaging in this self-care, healing, wellness practice. and bowing to the people who are participating, whether as I'm recording this or in the future. And I want to thank Toivo, the Valley Qigong community, Darren Drum, Lorelei Chang, and so many teachers I've learned from to share this practice. I always want to thank all those who are watching. Hope this practice is serving you, your wellness, and your well-being. For those who are watching this live, there will be a class in honor of Darren on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. via Zoom. Check the Toivo website. We'll have the Valley Qigong teachers sharing practices in honor of Darren Drum, which is the reason why I teach. So, thanks again. Hope to see you. May you be well, may you live well, and take care.